In the news, President Muhammadu Buhari commissions Nigeria-Cameroon joint border post bridge at MFUM, Cross River State. German Chancellor meets Chinese President. And SWIATEK into semis with straight set win over GARCIA at the WTA Finals. This is the MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adenoy. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has called for more neighborliness and mutual understanding between African states to enhance trade, increase security, and promote the development of the continent. President Buhari made the call in MFUM, Cross River State, at the commissioning ceremony of the Nigeria-Cameroon joint border post and bridge. Represented by the Minister of State, Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Zubeiru Dada, President Buhari expressed satisfaction with the MFUM ECOC 1.5-kilometer joint bridge and border post. He commended the leadership of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, the Economic Community of Central Africa States, ECOCAS, and the government of the Republic of Cameroon that worked closely to realize the success of the project. The president also appreciated the African Development Bank that provided funding for the execution and completion of the 1.5-kilometer joint border project. He noted that the project will deepen the inextricably linked cultural and traditional fraternal bonds that is existing between Nigerians and Cameroonians living in the border communities. 6 deserving students of the Confluence University of Science and Technology, COSTECH, Osara, has benefited from the humanitarian support program given to them by the Hydroelectric Power Producing Area Development Commission, HYPADEC. A statement by the head of the Public Relations Unit of the university, Balogu Omeza David, explained that the students given the scholarship were selected from the Vice Chancellor's list. He noted that HYPADEC arrived at a final selection of the COSTECH student for the scholarship based on the enumeration of local government areas and ward the student came from, emphasizing that key attention was given to communities ravaged by flood. Balogu Omeza David pointed out that the Ivory Tower was awaiting the scholarship of one more student, Ahmed Mustafa, from the Biochemistry Department, as the 7 students of COSTECH, Osara, were originally given the scholarship award by HYPADEC. The students who were awarded scholarship by the HYPADEC include Yusuf Usman Adenoy, Computer Science, Omachonu Shedrack, Abdulkarim Muhammad, Okutepa Arwa Isaac, Peter Simon, and Mayaki Hafsat of Vioza, all of the microbiology department. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has advised law enforcement officers against harassment and extortion of the public in the discharge of their duties. Sanwo-Olu gave the advice during the Law Enforcement Training Institute's 2022 Passing Out Parade held at the Lagos State Public Service Staff Development Center in Magodo. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, said his administration is irrevocably committed to upholding the tenets of the rule of law and will not condone any form of harassment and extortion from any of its law enforcement officers. He promised to continue to strengthen the capacity of law enforcement officers with the appropriate gadgets and equipment that will enhance their efficiency and effectiveness, while also promising accountability and transparency. The Chief Executive Officer of LETI, Abiola Adeyinka, noted that the officers were trained over a period of 3 months in emotional intelligence and gender-based violence. The 8,316 law enforcement officers trained included Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Vehicle Inspection Service, Kick Against Indiscipline, and Neighborhood Safety Corps. 52 traditional rulers in the Ijebu Traditional Council has publicly announced their endorsement of the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, for another term of 4 years in office. The royal fathers who conveyed on the Awujale's Palace, Ijebu Ode, unanimously threw their weight behind the governor's re-election bid, citing his sterling performance since he assumed office in 2019. A statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Kunle Somori, said the traditional rulers conveyed their endorsement in a communique read by the secretary of the council, Obirin of Ayekpe Ijebu, Obarosiji Ogunbanjo, at the end of their monthly meeting, presided over by the president of the council, the Aujale of Ijebuland, Obasikirulai Kayode Adetono. The Aujale said he was proud of the governor's giant stride and advised those eyeing the office of governor to wait till 2027. The monarchs specifically commended the governor for signing into law the Obas and Chiefs Law of Ogun State 2021, which, according to them, has positively reformed the installation and burial rights of traditional rulers in Ogun State. The traditional rulers, who noted that the governor has demonstrated inclusive governance that has brought down drastically the political heat in the state, also lauded him for carrying out projects equitably in the various divisions of the state. Responding, Governor Abiodun thanked the monarchs for their support and declaration of their endorsement for his continuity in office. Abiodun, who extolled the virtue of Adetono, said the monarch is a father to him, recalling some of the good things he had benefited personally from the traditional ruler. On politics, the All Progressives Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council, PCC, has announced that its presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will commence his inaugural rally in Jos, Plateau State Capital, on November 15th. This was contained in a schedule of activities released by the chief spokesperson of the PCC, Festus Keyamo. The development is coming after the party initially settled for Ilorin, Kwara State Capital, 3 weeks ago after a series of postponements following the negotiation among the party chieftains. While the presidential flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party, Peter Obi, have begun their campaigns in different regions, the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, continued its consultations with stakeholders. We go on a short break. We will be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On crime, operatives of the Kwara State Police Command have arrested 8 suspected illegal miners in the state. They also recovered 3 Mabus-loaded trailers in Patigi local government area of the state. According to the command's public relations officer, SP Okasomi Ajayi, in Ilorin, the police acted on a petition and a letter written to the Commissioner of Police, Kwara State, Paul Udama, by the residents and natives of Patigi in Patigi local government area of Kwara State and the Association of Licensed Miners of Kwara State, to the effect that illegal miners have turned their ancestral lands to a beehive of illegal mining of the mineral resources, thereby causing ecological problem and sabotage to the economy of both the state and the federal government. The spokesperson revealed that the suspects were arrested along Share, Saragi and Patigi areas of the state. Exhibits recovered have been transported to the state police headquarters, while the suspects, after interrogation and confession, have been charged to court. The Commissioner of Police advised the people of Kwara State to join hands with the police to rid the state of all forms of criminality. On the foreign scene, security forces in Haiti says they have taken control of a major fuel depot held by criminal gangs. The government says fuel distribution will resume from the Varex terminal in the rundown Cité Soleil area. The gang seized the port facility in September, blocking the delivery of imported fuel and hampering efforts to distribute food and medicines. The terminal supplies most of the oil products in Haiti, which has been controlled and blocked by a coalition of powerful gangs known as G9 for more than a month. The blockade has forced many businesses to close and complicated the distribution of petrol and bottled drinking water, while a cholera outbreak has worsened by the week. All of this has contributed to civil unrest across the country. German Chancellor OLAF Scholz has met Chinese President Xi Jinpin, the first G7 leader to visit Berlin since the COVID-19 pandemic, but his trip has sparked controversy in Germany and concern elsewhere in Europe. It followed an extraordinary and bitter row within the Berlin government. It had emerged that a Chinese company was poised to buy a significant stake in a part of the port of Hamburg. No fewer than 6 government ministers reacted furiously. The deal, they argued, would give China significant influence over critical German infrastructure. But the German Chancellor appeared insistent that the deal should go ahead. On sports, let's join Jonah Malik for updates.
And on sports updates, the ASUKULATED Unity Cup tournament has produced the AVAIBE Football Club of Ebeya, the winner of the 2022 first edition that was concluded in Ajaokuta. The memorable final match was between the AVAIBE Football Club of Ebeya and the Man-Red Football Club, Adogo. Ebeya Stadium attracted a crowd who came to cheer up clubs and to throw their support behind the initiator of the game, Chief of Staff to the Kogi State Governor, Abdulkarim Mohammed Jamiu Asuku. The Senior Special Assistant on Energy to Kogi State Governor Siaka Abdurrahim Ohindase, who doubled as the coordinator of the ASUKULATED football tournament, said the football match is to promote peace and unity among the youth of Kogi State. According to the coordinator, he said the Chief of Staff's decision is to encourage young footballers and as well catch them young in order to project them to the rest of the world. The Chief of Staff was represented by the Chairman Kogi Youth Development Commission, Lawa Ozomata. He thanked the stakeholders for their support. Ozomata assured the youth across the state that the government will continue to do everything within its capacity to continue to create a conducive environment for them to exhibit their talent to the world. He commended the ASUKULATED Unity Cup tournament coordinator and supporters. The trophy was handed over to the winning team AVAIBE Football Club of Ebeya by Siaka Ohindase Abdurrahim. Other government officials present at the event are the SSA on Administration to the Governor, Isa Maman, and the SSA on Budget to the Governor, Mohammed Abu Adeku, among others. You will recall that the ASUKULATED Unity Cup tournament kicked off officially on the 16th of July 2022 in Ajaokuta local government area of Kogi State and rounded up on the 6th of November 2022. Still on sports, Barcelona defender Gerard Piqué on Thursday announced his retirement. According to the 35-year-old, he will play his last home game at the Camp Nou. He will retire after Barcelona's away game next week before the Spanish league stopped for several weeks due to the World Cup. Saturday's match between Barcelona and Almeria will be Piqué's final game. A social media message from the Spaniard said, "I have always said that there would be no other team after Barcelona, and that is how it will be. This Saturday's game will be my last at the Camp Nou. I will become another fan and support the team and pass my love for Barcelona on to my kids like my parents did for me." Still on sport, following her impressive performance for Spanish club Super Falcons forward Rasheedat Ajibade has been nominated for the October Player of the Month award at Atletico Madrid Femenino, Punch Sports Extra report. Football Mahua, an official sponsor of the club on Twitter, unveiled their 5 nominees for the club's Player of the Month award, which include Ajibade, The Nigerian forward, who had an underwhelming performance in September, was in a fine form in the month of October and was largely responsible for the club's rise on the log during the last month under review. The former FC Robo star was involved in 5 of Atletico Madrid's 12 goals in October, including a first-ever hat-trick for the Spanish side in their 5-0 thrashing of Hull Elva. Atletico Madrid picked up 8 points from a possible 15 in the La Liga Femenil, no thanks to the 22-year-old superlative display in the month under review. In recognition of a goal contributed to the club and their turn in fortune, Las Cuchoneras have put up the Nigerians alongside Ayinhoa Moraza, Ludmila Silva, Shea and Estefina Benin in contention for the Player of the Month award. The Super Falcons star has struck 4 goals in 7 games for Atletico Madrid Femenino this season. If she continues at her current trajectory, she could beat her season's best of 10 league goals in this campaign. And in tennis, world number 1 Iga Swiatek has claimed a semi-final spot at the WTA Finals with a straight-set win over France's Carolina Garcia. Poland Swiatek won 6-3, 6-2 in Texas. However, Garcia can still reach the knockout stage with a win against Daria Kasatkina, who put American Coco Gauff out of the semi-final contention with a 7-6, 8-6, 6-3 win. It is the last tournament of the season, so I have kind of nothing to lose, Swiatek said. Swiatek's victory means she is the second player after Greek world number 5 Maria Sakkari to guarantee a progress from the round-robin stage of the season's ending event in Fort Worth. It is the Pole's 47th straight-set win this year on her tour. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. And on entertainment, Matthias Ayodeji has the latest.
On our entertainment news, popular Instagram celebrity Ramon Abbas, aka Hush Puppy, has been sentenced to 11 years imprisonment. The United States Capital District Court in California on Friday sentenced Hush Puppy to 11 years in jail for fraud and money laundering. Recall that Hush Puppy was arrested in June 2020 in Dubai over an extensive fraud scheme that has robbed victims of their money in the US, Qatar, and the United Kingdom and other places. He was then extradited to the United States, where he was charged with fraud and money laundering, multiple counts of hacking, impersonation, scamming, banking fraud, and identity theft. He, however, pleaded guilty to the charges of conspiracy to engage in money laundering. Following the sentence, Hush Puppy will now spend only 9 years in prison, as he had already spent 2 years incarcerated in the United States. Recall that Hush Puppy had appealed to Judge Otis Wright, narrating his source of wealth, criminal adventure and regret. He commended the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) for doing a thorough job in bringing him to justice and apologized to his family. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Matthias. And that's the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021. Twitter, at MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of the numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Joshua Adinoy. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a peaceful and united society together. Good day and thanks for watching.